Hi, my name is Dana Burleigh. It is December 16th, 2014, and this is my video artifact for ORGL 4343. Our first learning objective is to recognize and describe organizational change in varied organizations such as profit and non-profit organizations. Before I took this course, I believed that there was not an immediate risk of organizations to change. I didn't realize how change is inevitable, and that in today's globally diverse world, it is needed for survival. I also didn't know how effective change could be in the success of an organization. Organizational change is needed if an organization wants to survive. Change is constant and can be a challenge for an organization to implement changes. Organizational development, as stated in our textbook, comprises the long-range efforts and programs aimed at improving an organization's ability to survive by changing its problem-solving and renewal processes. Organizational development is a process using interventions and tools to foster changes that are needed. Organizational development emerged because of three factors, which are the need for new organizational forms, the focus on cultural change, and the increase of social awareness. There are many different tools and techniques that can be used to help aid the change. In order to facilitate change, the organization must be aware of the need for the change. An organizational practitioner, whether it be internal or external, is used to guide the change. It is also important to develop a relationship between the organizational practitioner and the clients to foster open communication, trust, and support. The goal is for the OD practitioner to gather data using a diagnostic process to determine where change is needed. Once this has been determined, a plan is developed and strategies and techniques are formed. It is very important to monitor results and to stabilize the desired changes for continued success. Profit and nonprofit organizations differ in their change process because of the urgency of the bottom line in their organization. After reading course materials, I have learned that in nonprofit, there is no urgent need or the same pressures because it's not concerned with the bottom line. But if change is needed and funding is needed to keep up and manage the change, it may be tougher to acquire the funds from government agencies. Profit organizations have an urgency to embrace change and to stay competitive. I have learned that in order for change to occur, organizational leaders must persuade others that change is needed. The change process includes making changes that increase the effectiveness of the system. It involves long-range efforts that help the company to survive. I have learned that change is constant. By using internal or external practitioners, an organization needs to change the corporate culture by becoming more adaptive and increasing in its effectiveness. Our second learning objective is to explain and demonstrate behaviors to establish credibility and legitimacy as a change agent. Before I took this course, I didn't really feel that the behaviors of each individual member in an organization played such an important role. I thought that it was up to the leader to make the change and up to the members to follow. After reading the course material, I now know how important the behavior of each team member plays in the change process. I know now that it is up to the leader to initiate the change, but to also encourage self-directed behavior among team members. It is the leader's responsibility to come up with a strategy and develop a model for the change that incorporates the current culture. A leader should make information available to team members, offer support, and provide resources needed to facilitate the change. I can use this knowledge in the elementary school in which I work. I found that it is also important for a manager to know the existing culture and to encourage and involve employees to improve the current culture. Managers or leaders should be approachable and want involvement from members to aid in the change process. There is also a need for managers to behave in ways that reward the efforts of the members when changes are made. Trust and support are also important so that members can openly communicate and work towards goals. Again, I feel I can use a lot of this knowledge in the elementary school in which I work. I realize now that I should get more involved in the change process. I feel more confident in knowing that our leader's role is to guide me in finding new ways to help facilitate the change. I also have learned the importance of communication and how a leader sets the stage for the bridge between the leader and the follower. Our third learning objective is to recognize the current dynamic social, political, and cultural environment for change and its potential impact on contemporary organizations. Before I took this course, I never gave much thought to recognizing the culture that exists in an organization. I also did not realize how much of a role the culture played in executing change within an organization. I have learned that the culture refers to the shared values or vision that cause people in an organization to act a certain way. I have learned that culture is correlated to behavior, which has a direct impact on organizational performance. I have learned about culture at the societal level, which according to our text refers to the intellectual and moral faculties that a person acquires from past education and learning. I have also learned that in the political environment for change constitutes a leader that empowers employees to help the change effort. The change in culture in an organization starts with a vision. There are many strategies I have learned that can be used to help with the change process. There are technical, political, and cultural systems within an organization that need to be aligned to be effective in creating a strategy for change. The culture of an organization has a significant impact on whether an organization can change. It is important for an organization to have strong culture with a manager that creates a vision, develops a model for the change, and rewards changes to be successful in the change process. I have learned that the culture of an organization and how it is managed is crucial in whether an organization can remain effective in today's global world. Our fourth learning objective is to explain the role of conflict in organizational change and how to guide conflict to serve the interests of the learning organization. Before I took this course, I believed that all conflict in an organization was deemed unhealthy. I now know that the role of conflict in an organization can be used to encourage people to freely argue and produce positive results in solving issues. I have also learned the importance of learning and understanding the expectation of each member's role in an organization. As our text explains, that an organization is a large system consisting of subsystems. Members of this organization have to interact and exchange information and resources. Because of this exchange, there is a potential for conflict. Intergroup conflict can occur amongst the members of an organization, and with proper management of this conflict, positive results can be obtained. Organizations can use role analysis to clarify role expectations to minimize any conflicts that may arise. Tools such as intergroup team building can offer assistance in gauging the perspective a team needs to work together to increase the effectiveness of the organization. I now know how important understanding one's role and expectations are in an organization. I feel that there are many tools and interventions that our organization can use to resolve any unhealthy conflict that may occur at work. Our fifth learning objective target is to identify the fundamental theories of leadership change and explain their application. Before taking this course, I didn't realize that there were theories of leadership that existed in explaining leadership approaches. I felt that the leader's role was mainly based on the leader's personality rather than on past experiences and relationships with team members. I have learned that there are two fundamental theories of leadership: transactional leadership style and transformational leadership style. Transactional leadership style has to do with the interchanges or interactions between a leader of the team and the team members. This type of relationship reflects the leader handing out responsibility and the follower doing what is expected and asked of him. This type of leadership style does not initiate a change factor. Transformational leadership style, on the other hand, has to do with transforming or initiating a change. Transformational leaders establish a vision to get others to follow this vision by creating opportunities for members to take responsibility using strategies that facilitate the change. This type of leadership style involves others in the decision-making process and allows others to lead in this shared vision. I now feel that I have a better understanding of what constitutes a leader's style. I know that what a leader believes in, their personality and past experiences, as well as the situational environment in which leaders work, are all factors that determine the success of a leader. Thanks again for the opportunity to redo this video. I had a great time this semester and learned a lot of information. I appreciate it. Thank you.